Hey. Welcome to Allison Marc, Married in Media Weekly Review. Welcome to the show. Okay?
Welcome to the show.
And it looks different. We don't have the bells and whistles. It's just you and me tonight, honey. Can you handle that?
And that's how it's been for the past 46 years, baby.
The last 46 years. We are handling it tonight.
We're going to be brief.
It's simple.
We don't want to leave you hanging. We've had a busy day.
Yes, and our technically, we're not doing all our bells and whistles or pictures and stuff. So, but again, so let's just hop into it. So, football player.
Time out.
Yes.
Branding is important. This is the Allison Marc, Married in Media Weekly Review, brought to you by YouTube, where we talk about the things that, caught our attention during the week.
Yes,
okay,
and also brought to you
proceed.
By Delicious Beverage. In fact, go to deliciousbeverage.com and use Marc 2020 to get 20% off Delicious Beverage.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. First of all, Lady has started to believe that every time I'm down here doing a show, she got to be.
Well, it seems to be true because that's what kind of happens.
Paws are all wet. Let's start talking about life and what happens in your house when you're a homeowner. Sometimes I feel like home ownership is a little bit overrated. I'm playing. I know it's not. But this morning at about midnight, I guess, I was awakened by our middle daughter. Now, what am I going to do when this happens? Mama, there's a flood in the basement and the entire carpet is wet.
Yes.
And I said, okay. Can you go tell your dad?
Why did
I got to wake up in 2 hours.
She walked past me to go tell you. Very interesting.
Lady, you need to gain some weight.
And so, we had, I thought it was a toilet overflow, but no, like you say, homeowner, under the sink, there was a leak and it was just wilding out. So it flooded our basement. So it took me a second. I assumed it was a toilet leak. No, it was under the sink.
Have we called Preston?
I have called Preston, and Preston is coming to check it out. So,
okay. So that's life, y'all.
That's life, home ownership at its best. So we got this wet carpet we're dealing with and all this kind of stuff. But again, God is good.
Just because you're on TV and a radio superstar doesn't mean your stuff don't blow up, because it does.
It blows up.
That's what it does.
Well, speaking of superstars and blowing up, this one kind of shocked us. Football player Richard
Sherman.
Richard Sherman, thank you. Football player Richard Sherman had a hell of a night. Okay,
what's going on?
So Richard Sherman, who they always talk about, Super Bowl winner, and he actually is very involved. He's known as a smart player.
He's a free agent, though, right?
He's a veteran. Yeah.
Okay.
He went to Stanford. He's very outspoken. Never really in trouble with the law. But this story comes in, and it's like, so apparently Richard Sherman allegedly had been drinking and was involved in a hit and run, a one vehicle hit and run. Then he went to his in-laws' house and caused some ruckus.
It was calling for his father-in-law to come out of the house. That's scary.
It's scary. And so then, he was, he aggressively was banging on the door. They have the 911 call. The cops came out, the K9 came out, and he was fighting them. He was arrested without bail, that's why it's interesting. And they say that in his conversation, he talked about possibly killing himself. Now, the weirdest part to me was the judge showed leniency and let him out.
He's a football player.
He said he is, and he has been in this community. He's a positive influential person in this community. Let him out.
Did he ask for his autograph too?
No, but interesting, he let him out. So since then, a couple things. So first, you have the 911 call that some people were concerned about. You want to hear a little bit of that?
Sure.
Should we hear a little bit of that? Okay.
I need officers to my house now. My husband is drunk and threatening to kill himself.
Stop. What's the address? Are there any weapons? Stop.
We took no, there's no gun. I'm saying there are no weapons, ma'am. There are no weapons.
You need to stop interrupting me so I can get the information I need to get officers expedited.
I need officers here now.
What's he doing that you think he's going to harm himself?
He's being aggressive. He has sent text messages. I took the keys out. They're in your car. He's trying to leave now in the house. He's being aggressive. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He has sent text messages to people saying he's going to hang himself. He's saying that if the police show up, so please don't shoot is what I'm asking.
That part.
So
that part when she says please don't shoot him.
Yeah, it's
what is going on?
And again, then they today released the footage of him, which is troubling.
Yeah, something happened. I mean, I guess maybe he was drinking, and drinking does that to some people. His wife has said that she loves and supports him. Through all of this. To me, the 911 operators, I mean, they deal with a lot.
Hold on 1 second. This is him at the door.
Calling for his father-in-law to come out. Yeah.
Oh.
Calling for his father-in-law to come out. So a couple of things to me. First of all, this, substance abuse, mental health issues, stress, whatever else is going on. It sounds like a lot of things are at play here. But the bottom line too is, that's a very frightening thing to have somebody banging on your door, calling for somebody to come out. But also another thing is, it just seemed like for me, and I know 911 dispatchers, they have a job to do. It's a stressful job. They got to keep their head about it. But man, I would be so frustrated with that 911 exchange. And when she says, don't shoot him, you know what I mean? It speaks to the state of things today. I think that families go through things and they put it behind them. I just hope that he gets the help that it sounds like he needs, because something's going on here. Yeah,
and it's I guess it caught us all off guard because he is a mental health advocate. He's really been again a stand-up person in the community. It does go to show you that we're all human and things can happen. And you're right, babe. You mentioned earlier the power of celebrity. They call the K9 units. He was fighting the officers. Do you imagine if he was just a regular person?
They call the K9 unit, and because they couldn't tase him or something because of what was it, like substances on him or whatever. Look, bottom line is he is alive. They're going to work through it. But my thing is, you need to decide also, if I were in that situation, how do I want to live? Sometimes love is not enough to help somebody out of that situation, and they need to learn it on their own. But we'll be watching that one and see what happens. I'm just glad nobody is hurt.
Oh man,
nobody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, so this story, baby, this caught me because again, I didn't know this. So you remember Cree Summers,
sure.
Actress Cree Summers from A Different World. Mm-hmm. That's what we say, from a different world.
Yeah.
But you know what? She really isn't from a different world. Did you realize she's been acting since she was 14?
How old was she on that show? Probably young, yeah.
But here's the backstory that makes our show so special, because you get nuggets you don't get anywhere else.
Nuggets.
So her father, babe, was in the industry. Her father was also a voiceover guy.
Okay.
So at 14, she went with him because he was recording. He was recording for Inspector Gadget. Did you watch Inspector Gadget?
A little bit.
All right. Well, who knew? At that moment, she became Penny on Inspector Gadget, and so she started working at 14 in the business.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I loved her on A Different World.
And so since then, she's been doing, she's big. She does character voices, over 400 character voices.
Yeah, I know.
So we know her from Different World. That's what I think of her.
Yeah.
But again, she is a seasoned actress and been doing it.
I'm glad she's been doing it. I'm glad.
As you say in Charleston, babe, doing it.
I'm glad, because sometimes, we have these amazing breakout shows and then you never see these actors again. And so I'm glad.
Check's been right.
A life of success so far.
Check's been right. And speaking of actresses, one of your favorite, who also is 90 years old.
Yeah.
We celebrated her this week, right?
Yes. You know her. I think the one role that everybody is going to know her from is Florence off of The Jeffersons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Marla Gibbs, after all these years, got her Hollywood Walk of Hollywood star, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
It's going down Tuesday.
Easy for me to say, but I love it. I love that. And somebody said, like, why don't we celebrate Marla Gibbs like we celebrate Betty White? Interesting, right?
Well, I mean, Marla Gibbs did not have the movies. I mean, I get it, but come on now, Marla Gibbs. You can't compare Marla Gibbs and Betty. Oh no, you can actually. No, you can. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Betty Davis. Yeah, Betty White. Yeah, that's definitely Betty White. Yeah.
Well, did we celebrate Cicely Tyson like we do? We do.
Yeah, no, we do.
But may she rest in peace. So yeah, good. So this is good.
No, and I get that is a great analogy because I was thinking of Betty Davis. Betty White, definitely. Yeah.
Right.
Marla Gibbs. But again, I think we do celebrate her like that. We do.
But I feel like that she should be celebrated across the board. And I think
come on, Allison, it's America. Yeah, come on.
Okay, never mind. Then moving ever onward. What else caught your eye this week?
Well, Wiz Khalifa has COVID-19.
So he's an anti-vaxxer then.
I don't know. You don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
You don't know.
Because
see
that's the thing.
What you did?
You can still get COVID-19, even though you have, but your symptoms aren't as severe.
Right. And he says he doesn't have any symptoms, so maybe maybe he did.
So I take that back, Wiz Khalifa.
But but I tell you what's going on. That smoke at that house, I know is thick than a mug.
Yeah.
If you stop by Wiz's house, I know it's thick than a mug.
So he's not sick. But we wish him a recovery because this Delta variant that's out there is kind of crazy.
Delta ain't playing, y'all.
No, Delta never plays.
So, babe, what is going on? Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
But dad play. We ain't trying to be that.
Okay, I see what you did.
Yes, dear.
What's going on with The Simpsons?
I don't know.
Just this week,
Simpsons are weird.
Richard
Branson
went to space this week,
and then he came back.
It was just what, a couple minutes?
Like an hour.
The Simpsons predicted this in 2014.
I don't understand.
Random, and it's random.
And they have a lot of these things.
It's weird.
I don't get it. I'm like, is there a break? Like, this is a green screen. We don't have our fancy letters back in say Allison Marc. But is there like a break in the universe and they can see?
It's
like,
weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
And because that is so random,
right?
And then even the Trump stuff, it's all just so random.
Last but not least, this week, and I'm trying to think like what else happened in my world because I bridge the two worlds.
You do
foolishness,
yes,
and the news.
Oh, and don't forget we gotta have a petty report, a petty story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta think. About
I think I got one. Yeah.
All right, you do have one.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, is it this one? It might be this one. Rapper DaBaby. This might be the one.
Well, actually, go ahead.
So Rapper DaBaby, have you seen this? It was all over social media. I'm asking our thousands of viewers.
Yes, our millions of viewers.
But so basically DaBaby is in his little van and he sees two young guys, look like young teenagers maybe, and they're how they do selling the candy bar. You want candy bar? $1. I'm raising it for, my youth football team or what have you. And so he opens the van door and it's like, oh my God, DaBaby, but they're cool. So it's like,
yeah, they were cool. They kept it cool. Yeah.
Okay. And so they have the box.
They were doing that?
No.
Okay.
They have the box of candy. So DaBaby's like, okay, how much? Now, bro, you're DaBaby. You got like your chains on. You got your grill. You got international success, right?
Yes.
You're collaborating with like pop stars. You are who you are, bro.
Yes.
And so the kid says, and this is genius, how much for the box? DaBaby asked. Little boy says $200.
Yeah, the first guy says $69. Another one came with the
$200.
Right.
And so at that point, now mind you, this is all being filmed. So DaBaby got somebody's kids on TV. I mean on TV,
yes,
on the video for the world to see. And so that's A. And then B, he goes on to be like, man, come on, you crazy. How much was it? $1? So at the end of the day, I think he ends up paying like $1, like the face value of what it was.
Yes.
And when he closes the van door, he's like, "Oh, they mad.
Yeah.
It wasn't saying it like maliciously, but just saying like they're pissed off. Now you could look at it at this point, like, okay, he taught them a lesson in what? Like, don't just be straight. Don't try to hustle somebody.
Right.
But look, bruh, you're DaBaby. Why not say it? And why not just be like, now, come on, I know this is $1. So I'm going to give you, let me get two. I'm going to give you $2, but let me slide you $100 for your effort and your hustle.
Well, in fairness to DaBaby, I heard him say that, he went on to say, of course, he used to sell candy too. But his issue was, like you said, that they did not sell. They tried to take advantage, but they didn't sell what they were selling. Mm-hmm. So he said, I would have gave them the knot I was going to give them the knot, but they tried to hustle. They trying to hustle me. They can't hustle me.
Yeah.
But you're selling it. Why are you selling it? Pitch it to me. Pitch it to me. I got all this money, and I would have give you the money, but you tried to hustle me $200. Come on, man, and didn't really even say what it was even about or anything.
But babe,
that was his
come
thing.
on now. Let me advocate. I'm
advocating for the brothers.
I'm the people's advocate right now. When I say to you,
yes,
it's the baby. Like,
yeah.
He's a super popular rapper that all the young people know. So they're probably trying to get it together. Like, oh snap, the baby just jumped out his fan, want to know how much for the candy. So we're like, you know what it is. It's a candy bar.
Right.
They come in crunch, caramel, solid chocolate, and sometimes you get them in peanut. Yes. You know what it is, the baby.
Well, no, but that's not my job. You're supposed to sell it to me. I have a problem.
It sells itself. So all I'm saying is,
yeah, but you said $200, babe. Come on now. What is it? $500 now? What is it?
I like the kids hustle on it. I wish that at the end of it, he had been like, I'm just playing, y'all. Here you go. Do something great with this. Go, it's some seed money on your business. Because I see you got a business mind. He had an opportunity, there to basically make something else happen for these kids.
Yeah, I would.
As opposed to the baby cheap as a mug.
I would, like you said, I would have used it as a teaching moment and not just use it for that shot. I would have revisited and said, okay, man, $200. Okay, let's talk about this. You know what I mean? Don't take advantage of me because I'm who I am.
And I agree.
Sell me your thing. And you know what? And like you said, and boom, here's some seed money. So I would have definitely turned it into
you would have done it right.
Because what he did, the way he did it, even if that was his intentions, he said later on, it looks like you're just being cheap and you really didn't do it. You didn't give them anything. Right. You didn't give them anything.
But now, because I'm juking on him.
Okay.
I'm juking on him.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
If from the baby's viewpoint, whatever, seeing, these are young Black men, seeing a older Black man do his thing with the grill, with the chain, with the affluence, with all that might just be enough. Like, so here's what I'm going to do. Wrapping this up.
Okay.
That's a bow. I'm hoping that in 10 years, 15 years, we see this kid and he says, I was inspired by seeing the baby and what he taught me by not really taking the moment to teach me something other than you lost out on a sale. Now, why did I lose out on the sale? And I'm never going to do that again. Okay. So maybe just his presence would be enough. But I would have loved it if he had just, broke him off a little something.
His presence was the present.
I wish he had just broke him off a little something.
Yeah.
In closing, another, like a feel-good story.
Good.
A feel-good story. Where are we?
One.
17 seconds. We're good. Jada Pinkett Smith went ahead and took her hair down.
Yep.
Living up to the India RE, what's it called when you say something over and over again?
Yeah,
mantra. I am not my hair.
Because she doesn't know why she's losing her hair.
She's losing her hair instead of like trying to, to fight the tide and whatever. She rode with it. She conquered it. You know what I mean? She got on top of it and she made it her own because it's almost like the resistance piece. Like for what? And she is so much more than her hair. And here's the plus of it all is she of course looks beautiful. It's that, she looks physically beautiful, but that inner strength is even more beautiful than that. So
I love it.
Yeah. And I love the fact that her daughter Willow encouraged her to do so. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they're getting to that point, and I can feel it with my girls a little bit. They're still in the house, but they're becoming my little friends.
Yeah.
When they're growing up, what people say all the time, I'm not your little friend. Now I feel like, because I want to be their little friends when they're grown, that looks more possible.
I'm not your little friend.
I'm not one.
Well, babe, let me just say we've been spoiled because COVID has kept them home.
Oh.
The reality is they're going to be out and we're going to be crushed.
The reality is 2 of them will probably be gone.
We're going to have to baby.
Baby.
We've been spoiled.
Dogs.
Yeah. I
want to talk about Marc's physique for a second. Sit back, Marc. You're all up on it.
Pardon me?
You're all up on it. Let the game come to you a little bit. You're all up on it. Look at how cute Marc looks, y'all.
Oh.
Down how many pounds?
69.
69 pounds since April 19th after having weight loss surgery. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you, love.
How you feeling?
Feeling great. Shout out to Dave, my man Dave. He just had the surgery this week.
All right.
And so, Dave, shout out to you, my brother.
Probably hurting right now.
Oh, yeah. I told him it's going to be, you saw me go through that phase.
Yeah, I did.
All is well. All is well. You know,
right. How you feel? What's the energy like?
Physical therapy, because I have a hip issue. Things are good. I hopped on the bike today. All is well. Good. All is well. I feel good. I'm still, you know, you're still managing your little stomach, as you see me do it. I kind of like I get excited about getting something, but then I realize I either ate it too fast, or you know, I gotta pace myself. But it's a great lesson in like appreciating and understanding your body, because a lot of times you just take it for granted. I was thinking about, you know, how when you go to dinner and you drink 16 ounces or 32 ounces of soda before the meal even comes.
My Lord.
You know what I mean? That's a lot. You never did that. That never was your thing. But you think about that now, you know, and now I can't do it, you know. And just like even with eating, a lot of times now I have a couple wings, you know, or a fillet, you know, and be full. Whereas before, you know, it's almost like you're, you know, did I need 7, 8, 9 wings, 10 wings? Do you really? I don't know. You know, probably not.
It depends on where the wing came from.
You know what I mean? Oh, and they are delicious now. All those foods that you like. Also, now you understand what you really like. Like like the crunch and the salt. Like, you know, I had oatmeal the other day, and I realized I like the sweet and the salty on my oatmeal. What about you?
Yeah.
You know, and then with grits, you know, with your egg.
Don't you dare say you put sugar on grits.
Well, let me just say this.
Don't you dare say
I don't have to put
grits.
Sugar on grits, because I'm from the Midwest, where we eat cream of wheat, and cream of wheat is really just grits. So yeah, I don't necessarily do that, but I understand it.
Don't you dare say you put sugar on rice.
I understand it. Butter and sugar, I don't
understand none of it.
As a kid, I understand.
Anyway, okay, I think on that note,
make sure you subscribe. Oh, you'd like to say our channel. Subscribe to my channel, Reinventing Marc Clark. I have over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're aiming for that, right, baby? With this one right here.
We are aiming
Plug that
for
one.
That.
And more.
Yes, for the Allison Marc Married in Media Weekly Review. And so I was like, what do we need to do? Do we need to make delicious green salads and then
let's do that next week?
I mean, on TV, on YouTube, but maybe we'll just talk. Maybe we'll just
eating salad would be fun though.
Yeah, but then I don't want to get the people who out there like have a food fetish.
Why not? Then you get those numbers up. I could watch Allison see want to eat some salads. Yes. Ooh, Allison, slow down.
No,
is that bok choy? Oh, Allison.
That's why I'm not going to.
Allison eating bok choy.
So I just want to say that I had something amazing happen before we go today. This week has been a kind of a longer week at work. We're starting to work really full days now because people, you know, the COVID restrictions are being lifted. It's been it feels different, you know what I mean? Because it was like, it was kind of like do the show, do a couple of meetings, do the rest of your work from home. So we're getting into this. So the week has felt a little longer, but yet today, earlier, I was able to moderate a panel with 2 dynamic women. And it was really, you know, a dream come true that I wasn't even sure that I had before. And I kind of had gotten sort of put into it by default. But it going on right now is the Jack and Jill of America, the Eastern Regional Conference. At the end, like I got through the whole thing without any awkward missteps, and then at the end, I call it the regional convention. I'm in Jack and Jill. I know it's the regional conference, but I feel like okay. But anyway, so on the panel, it was just an hour, and we were talking about Black girl magic. You hear that a lot, but what does it really mean to live in your truth? To stand there unapologetically in a society where if you're in corporate America, you're going to be in the super minority when you're in those spaces. And today I had the pleasure of speaking with AC Eggleston and I'm Bracy, and she is she's over the Unilever brands, and that's like Dove and you know,
it's like everything.
Shame, any sort of beauty brand that you think of, all of those. And I wish I had her information for me. She is heavy duty. Look her up. And she was influential when she was with CoverGirl, with like introducing people like Queen Latifah into so diversity in it. Though she is over all of that, the Unilever brand's CEO of all of that. She is amazing. And what she said was, and I want to talk and. We were talking about the Crown Act a lot too, which is you can wear your hair as you choose to wear your hair. If you are pretty much it comes down to a Black woman or, you know, different ethnic hairstyles and be protected. Are
men protected also?
Yes, they talked about that too. Because remember that young wrestler who had to cut his dreads to participate? Ridiculous. Anyway, so she was talking about standing there being your truth. And what she said, which hit me, was so influential, and I told you about it, was I asked her about that moment where she decided, I'm going for it. Like, I'm a Black woman in this white corporate space. What am I going to do? Am I going to continue to wear these suits with a bob hairstyle and a relaxer and, and like minimal lipstick and kitten heels to try to fit into this all boy thing? Or what? I'm dying here. I'm trying to talk about diversity and inclusivity, but yet I'm trying to fit in. She said that day she cut her hair off. It was a short natural. She bought a red used Porsche because that's how she felt in her spirit. She was in those spaces talking about the importance of, standing up, standing out, and being your authentic self. And she said, ever since then, like the whole world opened up to her.
Living her truth
is so powerful. Just named to the board of Williams Sonoma brand, and they chose her because of how she operates. She's amazing. Been in the business, in the corporate space, in the beauty industry now at that point for almost 30 years. So that was one panelist. The second, Joy Reid.
You go, girl.
Yeah, Joy Reid of MSNBC, the first Black woman to host a nightly primetime cable news show. Crazy, but yeah, she is the first to do so. The Readout is her show, 7 p.m. on MSNBC. Phenomenal. And what struck me, the same thing about her, she just said one day, I have to speak my truth because my truth are facts. My truth is who I am as a Black woman, how I feel about it in society. My truth is, like she was talking about how they're trying to fight like the 1619 Project, critical race therapy. What is there to fight? This is history. Yeah, why can't we look at this? She was talking about the dangers that we're facing now with voting and all those things being looking to be rolled back. And she was like, make no mistake about it. We live in a democracy, but it doesn't have to stay a democracy. She, with all of that, does it with humor, does it with grace, but does it with facts. And she said that all that hate mail that she especially used to get, whatever, never went toe-to-toe on anything she was saying editorially, but always going to the lowest common denominator. Go back to Africa. Nobody cares about your opinion. Blah, blah. Stay in your place as a Black woman in America. And she talked about that. And it was, to be in that space, to hear those women call my name, it felt amazing. And so, awesome. Yeah, so that was how we ended this week. And so I'm empowered by that. A friend of ours, Brad Tatum, who's just resigning or retiring from my old place here in DC at the local Fox station, he told me one time, you got good when you started. Now he used a cuss because that's Brad. You got good when you started not giving a bloop. And what he meant by that was being more of who I am authentically. And, talking to those women today, I'm still searching for the courage to be that completely, because sometimes if somebody else is cutting a check for you, it just doesn't square right, because sometimes you can't share your opinion. And I understand that. But talking to those women gave me the courage to know that it's possible.
Oh, well, I think that's well said. And it doesn't get better than that. Let's wrap it up with that, shall we?
Sleepy. He is sleepy, y'all. He's like,
I'm not sleepy.
Listening to me talk like that.
I am not. That is not true. I will not be characterized. I will not be characterized that way. I will not.
It's been a long week. We love you, love you, love you, love you.
What do they need to do?
Subscribe, like. Well, first of all, watch it. And let's be honest. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Tell your cousin and them. And let's get these numbers together, because we love doing this. And we want to continue doing it. Yeah. So we got to know that it's going somewhere.
It's going somewhere.
I'm talking about somebody's watching. Are you watching? I love you.
We'll see you.
Continue to join you on Facebook and all that too. This is what we're trying to do.
Have a great one. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.